today's video, Dog Squad. Haven't done a video in a while. We've done a few live streams, but haven't done a video in a while, so I'm glad to be back doing these. I know I've just been doing a lot of shorts, but the schedule came out yesterday for the NFL. We'll do a couple NFL shorts videos, whatever you want to call it, later this weekend for reaction for the schedules. And then next Wednesday, my school year will be ended. I have exams this week, so I will be studying this weekend, of course, but I'll also be making videos for y'all. As of right now, of course, stuff could change, but most likely, yes, as of right now, videos will be sent here to the channel and in the gaming channel, so make sure you subscribe to that. We will be doing predictions next Wednesday. We'll be starting with the Buffalo Bills just like last year. I like starting with the AFC East. I always do. So that's what we'll be starting off with next week. We'll go by division winners. So the last one, I guess, will be the Niners. I guess that'll be the last pick of the year. I'm hoping to make it faster and hoping not to also, I have some ways not to, change it in the comments later, the record before the season starts. So it's just easier on the video itself. If I will be starting off with the, where I always do. I'm going to be doing that with the AFC, but if you want me to do the NFC as well for that, I did a vote last year, so if you want me to do that instead of an edit, just let me know. But I will be starting off that because that does seem that y'all do like that more. But today we're going to react to the Cowboys schedule. Before we get in this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you miss more on videos. Let's try to get the video views up just like they were about a year ago. Now, without further ado, let's get right into this video, Dog Squad. I do want to say that I know I haven't done an intro in a while, so I will this summer upload a new intro. I haven't made an intro, I think, since 2024. I will update that soon, so I just want to let you know. Here we go. We got the Cowboys and Eagles to start off week 1. We got a few preseason games. I'm not gonna review those because they're preseason. It's just a test, and it's just some football in August. That's really what it's there for. Cowboys and Eagles play each other, and look, that is going to be a rough, tough road test, but I think we have the much better chance of winning it than that last year. Last year everyone was hurt. Season looked like it was going to already be over. Dak was out. He has his best games against Philadelphia, and he does really well against Jalen Hurts. I definitely could see us winning this game due to that, and as well as the whole team can play well against Philadelphia. A new coach, maybe we got to get used to the chemistry, so that's another reason why we might lose this game. I'm not going to predict anything. I just want to preview and react to it. That's a tough start, playing the defending champions, but you're a rival with them. You hate them, so I hate the Eagles, and you want to go out and ruin lose that hype. They just won the Super Bowl. You want to make them lose it. And just a little bit of it, obviously. I love for them to lose all of it, but that's not going to happen because they just did win the Super Bowl. But they're going to be focusing on trying to repeat, go back to back. The Giants play. Oh, that'll be on Thursday. That'll be the first NFL game of the year, by the way. Overall, the Giants will play. We'll play the Giants in the next game in Week 2. Classic noon game. Dak also has his best games. Overall, the Cowboys have their best games against the Giants. That will be a home game. They'll be playing at noon. Should be, hopefully, the Giants will be better, but should be a good win for the Cowboys. We'll see. The Bears will be tough. They'll be better. They obviously have had a great defense so far. They got a new Ben Johnson as the head coach, obviously. Caleb Williams will probably be back. Will be back to his USC self, maybe. Just maybe getting that way at least. Not going to say anything. DJ Moore there, still in his prime. The whole team is going to be more developed, and the Cowboys have to be able to be tough. They got to be able to stop DeAndre Swift. They got to stop the passing game. We've got to have the offense rolling against a tough defense. We've got to have connections between Dak and Lamb. Pickens has got to get involved. All of that. We've got to make sure we do that, and of course we'll lead up to more previews, and I'll be having a better preview year. I think last year was just a little slower, obviously, also because the Cowboys didn't really give me momentum last year. But that's another reason. But we, of course, had a lot. We'll still, like last year, have a lot of NFL videos. Packers, that'll be a 3:25 game in Week 3. Packers, Cowboys. I'm not saying this on negativity. I guess I kind of am, maybe, but you might as well just mark the L. We all know that the Cowboys don't play their best against the Packers. They don't. I will say, their best is not losing to the Packers no matter what record they have. That's their best. They should have won many times before. You go back to 2014. That was a tough one with Romo. You obviously know the Dez no catch. That sucked. It was a close loss. Heartbreaking. We get it. Not going to blame the whole game on that, but that's what happened. And we obviously know that's the game. 2016, a really great game. You know, you come back after being down 28-10. You make it a game with lots of time left. And then, well, you made it a game when you were starting to come back. And there's a lot of time left when you started to come back. And you then had a chance to maybe even win the game, tie it up, send it to overtime, have a chance of heading to the AFC Championship. And no, you have Aaron Rodgers, and you let Jared Cook get a 3rd and 30. That's not what's gonna, that's not. I mean, you should have played better against Aaron Rodgers, but you know how he was in the playoffs. 2017, you played again against them. You blew a lead. You know, you could have done better. 2018 or 2019, you played against them. You sucked. Then you almost came back and you lost that game. Anywho, and then you played each other. Oh, you also played each other in 2015. That we were terrible that year. At least when I started watching 2014, then you came and played 2022, and that game you had a 28-14 lead, and it wasn't the best game from them overall. Dak had a good fourth quarter up till, well, we let up 2 TDs to Aaron Rodgers, and then our offense couldn't convert in overtime, and then the defense, it was just already field goal range for just defense, let them in field goal range, and they were able to win the game. And then then we all know what happened in the wild card. Defense sucked. Dak didn't have a good game. Lamb didn't have a good game. The whole team, coaching was terrible. The whole team sucked and choked in the wild card. We know that. And they're coming back to Dallas. We have not beaten them. I've seen the Cowboys beat them once. Don't know why I didn't even mention this. The 2016 game. They came against the Packers in Lambeau Field. You're probably wondering why I didn't mention that. Yes, we could just play like that. Sorry, if we just start playing like that, that would be awesome if we play like that all the other times. If we play just like that in week 4, it would be great. The Packers were good. That was the year they beat us in the divisional round, and we beat them about week 6 with Aaron Rodgers. It was Dak versus Rodgers, and it's usually whenever Dak and Rodgers met up, it was a pretty good game, So it's just it never could really be won a lot, and that sucked. But that game was terrific. But we need to make sure we do it this game. Play like you're coming to play and don't lose. That's all I'm going to say. We know how we can play against Green Bay. Just it seems to be a scary point. The Cowboys, Jets, I don't know how they'll do. They'll be revamped a little bit. They got a new quarterback with Justin Fields. They have, did they get a new coach? I can't remember. Did they get a new coach? I think they did. Did they? Oh, no, yeah, Aaron Glenn. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to definitely do that. They're going to be tough on defense. You got to come ready for that game. That's going to be tough. That'll be a 12 o'clock game. That's a primetime game between Dallas and... So maybe it's a 3:25 thing. I don't know. Cowboys, Panthers. Panthers will probably be a chance of making playoffs this year, so you got to be ready for that. They'll be sneaky. You got to go back there for the 3rd straight year in a row. That's just great. Commanders taking on the... You're taking on the Commanders again. Jane Daniels coming off a really good year. Maybe he'll have a sophomore slump. I don't see his team playing terrible, of course, unless they get hurt. So they could have a down year like the Texans did. But of course, the Texans were actually not even bad compared to all the other years. But the year before, yeah, they weren't as good. The Commanders be a good division game. Got to hold the offense way too high powered, and the defense I think will revamp, will be better. They were actually in the mid-range last year, but I think they could have potentially be a top 10 defense this year, especially with the second year under Dan Quinn, and we know how that goes. Cowboys and Broncos. Broncos obviously a chance at making the playoffs again after the drought for 10 years. Bo Nix is probably their franchise QB. He's only been there for a year though, but we'll see. But the Broncos, they've got another really good defense. Offense has to execute. Broncos have more weapons. It's gonna be there. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a 3:25 game. Then you're playing on Monday Night Football against the Cardinals, and we've seen Kyler Murray do well against the Cowboys at AT&T Stadium. We have not beaten the Cardinals, I think, since 2017. I think we don't beat the Cardinals many times. They're kind of close to that old Packers thing we have and the Niners thing we have. We're playing the Cardinals at home, so I don't know. We'll see what goes on there. The Cardinals, they're just kind of always. They always think they're going to be a playoff team, and then Kyler gets hurt, and then the other team, and then we always have the other players being underrated, but it doesn't matter because they can't ever make the playoffs. So, well, hopefully that's not a game we just automatically drop. We have also the Raiders. They will be different. They got Pete Carroll under head coach. They got Geno Smith, quarterback. They got Ashton Genty, who I really wanted to get, but it didn't happen because we weren't terrible. We weren't worse. We weren't bad enough. And they don't have Devontae anymore, but they do have Brock Bowers, so it's going to be a tough test for the defense. They're at Las Vegas. The off defense is going to get better. They got a little more improvements. Of course, Max Crosby there. That's going to be an interesting battle. What we will do, it's going to be a test. It's going to be a test. Raiders I don't think they're going to be as bad this year. We'll see, though. And then, of course, another test with Philadelphia. That's actually another Monday football game. We have a bye, and then we play the Raiders. And then the Eagles and the Cowboys again. I see us getting that win, but like I said, I'm not doing predictions. But we probably will win at home. Just another really good battle, another Dak Hurts matchup. And then we'll have Thanksgiving game, the Chiefs taking on the Cowboys. That's Patrick Mahomes' magic is going to run. I mean, we did really well the last time we played him. It was just our offense last time had trouble. Hopefully we can do. I think we'll do better this time on offense, but it depends on the defense. How can they slow Patrick Mahomes down? Steve Spagnuolo is going to. It's definitely going to. I'm trying to find the right wording. It's definitely going to cause our offense trouble. They're going to pressure, going to try to get through that O-line and get at Dak. The secondary is going to be a deep threat, and that's going to be a tough one for the Cowboys offense. But I think we have the players to avoid that. We have the players on both sides to avoid trouble. We're going to get in trouble. But how much trouble can they avoid? That's going to be the question. It's on Thanksgiving. They'll be playing the Chiefs, a Super Bowl team that goes there about every year. We obviously know the Lions beat us last year and blew the crap out of us. I mean, playing the Chiefs. Well, you got the Eagles, Chiefs, and then Lions. Like, what the heck is this? I mean, golly, that's 3 out of the 4 top 2 seeds last year were playing. I don't know how good they'll be at the time. I mean, who knows? The Chiefs, I don't know. The Chiefs don't have as good of an O-line, I don't think, going in this year. But, I mean, we'll see. The Lions are obviously losing their coordinators, but they'll probably still be really good. You know, Jared Goff, the 2 big running backs, Knuckles and Sonic. I mean, Gibbs and Montgomery, yes. Amon St. Brown, Jameson Williams over on the offense. Can execute very well. On the defense, as long as they stay healthy, they're a top 10 defense. We know that. And you're playing in Detroit. It's going to be loud. It's going to be proud. We know how tough it is to play the Lions nowadays. Then you play the Vikings. You know, they don't have Sam Darnold more. They're starting J.J. McCarthy. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, Jay Jettis, Jordan Addison, a top wide receiver duo threat. Their defense, they were turned around last year. They turned a new leaf last year after just years of mediocrity over on the defensive side. They were much better. Of course, they were also good, I believe, when they were that year. They made it to the the 3 seed and all that, and they we beat them 40-3, and they had that catch of the year with Jefferson. So that's going to be a tough game. We're at home on another Sunday night football game. This is actually Thursday night football against the Lions. Keep forgetting to mention the time. Cowboys Chargers, good game between Herbert and Dak. Last we played the Chargers, we usually beat them. I will say we've beaten them the last 2 times. We lost them the last time they came to our house though, and that was on Thanksgiving. So hopefully we can do something with that this time. And then the Cowboys and the Commanders meet up for that was actually the last home game, and then the Cowboys-Commanders meet up, a good battle there, and the Giants, we'll see how good they are. It could ruin our chances or not. We'll see. We just got to see at the end of the year. Well, look, we got a pretty tough schedule. It all comes down to staying healthy, what the coaching's going to be like because of new coaching. Is the coaching going to be good? I don't know, but I think our players can make it work. We got the talent on both sides of the ball. Dak, CD, George Pickens, Micah Parsons, Dante Fowler, Trayvon Diggs, DeRon Bland, Donovan Wilson, you name it, Malik Neighbors. DeMar Van Overshown, Maurice Leafau. I mean, it's what you name it. I mean, it's just the type of talent we have. I think they're very coachable. We got some veterans on there. They can get it done. The O-line's got to step up here. You know, Tyler Booker, Tyler Guyton, and Tyler Smith, the 3 Tylers, and then Terrence Steele. Hopefully he, you know, he hasn't been good the past couple of years. Hopefully he can get better because we gotta need that. You know, the end coming outside, and then getting Dak from behind. That stuff's not gonna work this year. I'm sorry. You're gonna win. You gotta win. You can't win games by that happening a lot of the season. So. And then, of course, we got Cooper Beebe at center. He's developing pretty well. He didn't do too bad last year. So, well, if I'm gonna go by based off, if I'm gonna look just without looking at researching, without making a thought, I have not looked at it, not thought about it. I'm just gonna make a thought, and I'm gonna make my record prediction right now. But this will not be my final record prediction. Of course, this is just out of the blue. Don't really treat it that seriously. But I will say 0-1, 1-1. I will say 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2. I'd say 5-2, 5-3. I feel like we're just gonna lose there. 5-4, 6-4, 7-4, 7-5, 7-6, 8-6, 9-6, 9-7, and 10-7. Basically, what you thought. We'll sweep the Giants again. We're Dak's not losing. I don't care who's at QB. I don't care if they have Abdul Carter versus Micah Parsons playing 2 times a year. So we'll see what goes on. Thank you, Dog Squad, so much for watching. Oh, pulled up OBS there. Thank you, Dog Squad, so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. How about them Cowboys? Let's go.